Hey guys. Hey Fatima. Fatima's first in as always. Thank you very much for being here. I'll have to wait a few minutes now to see who else comes in. I know we discussed it yesterday that I'd do a part 2 today anyway, but we've 3 anyway. So what I've decided to do, you'll see from my comment there, I would like to get the rest of, we only got 7 cards done yesterday. So in order to finish out the major arcana in this live, I'm just going to use the 2 decks. So I have the Tower of the Haunted House and the Tower of the Vampires, right? Hey Heather. Hey Patsy. Patsy, did you get it? Let me know. I never showed you the back of the Tower of the Haunted House. So this is the haunted house here on the hill with the full moon. And then there it is again. So it is reversible if you read reversed cards. I don't. And anyone that doesn't know the Tower of the Vampires, I never showed you the back. These backs are to die for. I did it's in my hand. Oh my god, so excited for you, Patsy. So you can have a closer look so while I'm holding up the cards and see even more in the images. So yeah, I'm just going to show lads the Tower of the Haunted House and the Tower of Vampires. So we'll get stuck straight in now and finish up the major arcana. Now if we have to go a small bit over grand, because I do want to just finish that out now tonight. And then I'll try to get 2 suits done tomorrow and 2 the next day, hopefully. Right? So we'll see. So first of all, we're onto the chariot. So here's the chariot from the Tower of the Haunted House. So bait away there now. We have 5 people already. So someone hasn't let themselves be known. So hi to whoever hasn't said hello yet. We have Patsy, Heather, Fatima so far. Hershey. What's happening, girl? So Hershey, I'm just flying through the major arcana cards. We did the first 7 cards yesterday. We're going through the rest now. And I just want people looking at the images from a point of view of true crime readings and just tell me what you see in these. You have this deck, don't you, Hershey, I think? Or you were wanting it maybe? Anyway. So just tell me what you think in relation to true crime. Any thoughts on the cards? I'm just going to fly through them as quickly as we can. Thanks everyone for being here. So I know this came up on a reading we did before, where I thought that maybe someone was kind of bribed to get into a car and go off. I think it was a missing person reading, maybe. It doesn't matter who it was. But the point is, I'm overdue a crime read. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I need to get back into them too. I haven't been doing any. Vehicle where the victim was driven in. Yeah, owned by the perpetrator. Yeah, absolutely. This has come up in a few. Hey, Frank. This has come up in a few readings that we've done. So it's very interesting. So this being the perpetrator and the victim haven't been taken away in the car. So the person was transported somewhere. Now this of course could come up in anything like missing persons or child abductions, anything like that. Oh, there you go. Look, yeah, child victim lured into a vehicle. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's this image, right? So I'm going to fly through now and go on to the next one. So this is from the Tarot of the Vampires. Very different image. It's more Rider-Waite-Smith based. We do have 2 people pulling the chariot, and here we have a white mask and a black mask. Now someone will know what these masks are related to. There's a name for them. I can't think what it is, but this is a Mardi Gras float. So again, this could again be the crime boss and the kind of poor old lackeys who were doing the hard lifting, So any other thoughts on this image, lads? I hope everyone's well. Frank, I know you ordered this yesterday as well. Did you get yours? I was laughing at you all commenting on the video saying that you ordered it. Person was taken during a public or family celebration. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. And it would be easy to go missing, wouldn't it, when there's a big event like this on? Absolutely, I like that. That's perfect, Heather. Masquerade mask for concealment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I will receive it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, I think you said that. Hey, Christine. How are you, girl? From across the pond. So, yeah, that's that one, right? So let's fly on to the next one. Where am I? Okay. Now, these two are very different strength cards, which I like. So this is Raven who was summoned. This was Raven who was summoned to the haunted house, and this is her looking in a mirror, and she's looking within for her inner strength, to kind of get her through the haunted house. So any thoughts on this image, lads? This could be, I suppose, someone looking in the mirror and kind of going within and realizing that what they did was wrong, and maybe making a decision to come forward, I suppose, and admit what they did, that kind of thing. So I have, this is from the Tarot of the Haunted House by Sasha Graham Hershey, and I have the Tarot of the Vampires by Charles Harrington and Craig Marr. Yesterday I was shown a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck as well, but I've decided to ditch that one to kind of speed things up a bit. Those fingers still feel broken, kind of creepy to me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm drawn to fingers too, Heather. Interesting. I mean, the hand looks kind of out of place anyway. But yeah. It's a Heather thing, lol. So any thoughts on this strength card, lads? I'm going to show you the other one. So this is the one from the Tarot of the Vampires, like someone's coming in with the hand. Yeah, it looks a bit out of place, doesn't it? Somehow. But anyway, it's a cool image. Now look at this one. Now Patsy knows this one anyway. But how cool is this strength card? This is an amazing image. This is like her trying to fight. I suppose this is her mid transition of becoming a vampire, and like kind of trying to fight it. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it, Hershey? This is someone who is really struggling to keep their strength in relation to whatever they've been involved in or whatever has been done to them, if they're the victim, that kind of thing. Person put up a fight, was screaming and fighting with the attacker, yeah. It's a really powerful image because even the hands, like the hands are so kind of, trying to grip something, and you can see well, I don't know if you can see the veins popping out and everything. Strength has to change, looks like. Yeah. Or kind of just suffering through letting your inner lion out. I think it's a beautiful image. It's really powerful. And the colors are very vibrant, and it's hard to see on screen, but anyone who has this deck will know. Hey, Flowing, might be able to get some DNA evidence out of those claws. Ooh, absolutely. There's all that creepy blood flowing up, and it kind of looks like smoke as well, but Yeah, a very powerful image. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So we have the Hermit. Now these are two quite different Hermit cards too. So this is the Gardener in this deck, and that is Raven in the background watching on. So I know I pulled this one in a case whereby someone thought they were alone and kind of getting away with the crime, but this kind of told me that like there was a witness, there was someone who spotted them doing whatever it is they were doing. As I never showed you my earrings. Hold on, now wrong side. There was a Cork match on Sunday, and my friend made a few special sets of earrings just for the Cork match. So they're there we go. They're red and white. They're on these big hoopy things. They're cool. I realized afterwards yesterday that I had the earphones in and it was covering my new earrings. Investigators have their eye on a suspect and yes, a witness. Absolutely, yeah. So this guy was out in the darkness with his torch. So whether he was burying a body or committing the crime or whatever it was, but there was someone. Now this looks like it's looking through a window, but it could be behind a tree or whatever. There was someone who witnessed the crime. He's trying to escape. Absolutely. Hershey, you and Jackie could do a deck discussion on the vampire deck. That'd be cool. We absolutely can. Yeah. I love it. It's such a cool deck. Such a cool deck. I've just added it to my wish list, Hershey said. Good stuff. We'll do that. Absolutely. So let's look at the next one. So this is the Hermit from the Terror of the Vampires. So this is a very pretty young hermit with a book and a pen, and he's out on this kind of ledge thingy in his big mansion or whatever with a massive gargoyle. There, instead of holding a light, he has this fabulous light shining down on him while he's doing his introspection and writing his notes. So I suppose you could see this as someone who made his plans in the dark of night. Surveillance, ooh, yeah. I'll try to get it out to me and we can make it happen, Jackie. Yes, absolutely. It's a beautiful deck. It really is. Feels like surveillance. Yeah. I love the massive gargoyle. Hershey's Jackie would say that's fab. Hiding behind the gargoyle, yeah. Patsy, I presume it's disgustingly hot with no sun again for you guys, is it? It's very intense. My head is kind of at me a bit from this crazy heat. Same flowing, my eyes killing. Oh, okay, I didn't see flying zone. My eyes are blurry from allergies. Oh God. The gargoyle is beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. We had a bit of sun earlier on, but it's gone again. It didn't last too long, as usual. Um, so warm and moist. Yeah, same crap. So next we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is in the basement of the haunted house. Poor old Patsy suffers with her eyes, don't you, Patsy? So this is down the basement of the haunted house, and we have all the symbolism. We have like a creepy person here. We have a bird, we have a lion, and we have a bull, and there's angel wings here and there as well. So I suppose this could be planning done in a basement, maybe. That's it. I was so welcome a cool breeze. Yeah, it would be nice. I have like it's fierce hot, but like I have the window open, but it's warm outside. There's no breeze or anything coming in, but it feels too stuffy altogether if you close the window, you know. Evidence, body, crime taken place in the basement. Yeah. Um. Actually, there's a card coming up, and it came up in a reading. I'll tell you anyway if I can think of readings that cards came up in. I'll tell you what I came up with. Heather knows one of them anyway. It's just really amazing the way, like, I'd only just gotten this deck and a card that I pulled for a reading on an Irish person who was murdered. Well, she was missing, but then she was found. But the card that came up was incredible. But I'll show you in a minute anyway. There'll be no spoilers. So yeah, that's that one. So let's go to the next one. And this one's quite different, right? So this is like an open book. And it's, what is it, a bunny rabbit and a wolf. And it's just like circles drawn on the page with the full moon up here and a crescent moon here. We have a knife and a pen here. So any thoughts on this one, guys? We have all the usual symbolism on in the middle of the circles. I suppose it's like, I mean, you could see the wolf, they're sniffing out the evidence. Oh, I like that. Thanks, Flowing. I suppose you could see it as like the wolf, the other way, the wolf chasing the rabbit. So it's like you could be going around in circles trying to catch the right person. It could be that it could go on for a while before they catch the criminal, you know. But yeah, I like that, sniffing out the evidence. That's cool. Patsy, I hope you liked the deck so far anyway. So let's go on to the next one. Now, this is a really cool justice card. I like this justice card. So this is the head maid. And there's two in the background. And she has the scales. She has a key where is it? Key hanging off her here. She has the scales, but the scales are not balanced. She looks like, I thought it was two wolves. No, it's a wolf and a bunny rabbit. It's lovely. I'm looking forward to getting to know it. Cool. The backs are beautiful. I love the backs of those cards. Here, there's an imbalance. Now, this is justice, remember. So it could be that it might be a while before there is justice served because there's an imbalance. She's clearly after having a big argument with these two in the background because they are looking mighty suspicious. They look like they've done something very wrong and they've been given to by her. So any thoughts on this one, lads? This isn't just... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong deck. Sorry, yeah. It is justice. What am I saying? She's going to get the blame. Yeah. I just looked over to the other pile of cards and there's justice, and I was going, oh, wait a minute, this couldn't be justice because the next card is justice, but sure, it's from the other deck. Duh. Some type of injustice, yes. Absolutely, yeah. And of course, if it was a case of a missing person from a mansion or a murder in a mansion or something, it could be that the sorry, had to help Shan with a doctor appointment. No bother, girl. Hope he's all right. I forget what I was saying. She's watching her back. Yes. Ooh. Interesting. Right, let's look at the next one. So we have justice for... Now, this is quite different. So this is someone doing some sort of martial arts with a sword. Looks like watching her back as to the two in the back balance. Yeah. Yeah. So what about this one? This is someone blindfolded with a sword. There's a bow and arrow as well in the background. So she's practicing with her different tools, anyway. But it's an interesting take on the Justice card. He's grand, good stuff. So any thoughts on this one, lads? I have yet to actually read it in the book. Fighting for balance using intuition. Oh, of course, yes, because she's only relying on her senses, I suppose, to someone taking justice into their own hands. Yes, I like them, lads. Thanks. A vigilante. Ooh, cool. I like that. Right. Next, now this is the one, right? She's practicing her trade, murder. Ooh, of course. Oh my God. Good God. Yeah. So it could be someone that's done it before or that's planning on doing more. Very different justice card, and yes, can see taking justice in their own hands. Yeah. So this next one, the Hanged Man. We were doing a reading, myself and Heather, on a woman, Tina Satchwell, who had been missing here for a few years. Not here in my town, kind of half an hour away or whatever. And what happened was people bought a house next door to the husband, who always swore his innocence. And they had to get a plumbing job done. And there was a bone found in the pipes. So the cops came in, cordoned the whole place off, and did fierce digging. They'd already dug up all the garden, thinking they were going to find her buried in the garden. But it turns out she was in a bag under the stairs, and a whole new concrete flooring put down under the stairs to, block the smell. And didn't we pull the Hanged Man from this deck, which is a skeleton hanging behind a wall. So it was incredible when this card came out. And we told this when myself and Heather interviewed Sasha Graham, who's the creator of this deck. We told her that story and she was fascinated. Yeah, it was crazy flying. So just goes to show, like, you could have all sorts of decks, right? And you could decide to do a true crime reading, or even any general kind of reading. Just see what deck you're drawn to for your reading. And it's amazing the way the different imagery can just totally vibe with that reading. Well, listen, obviously he wasn't too clever, Hershey. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, any other thoughts on this? I mean, obviously this could point to someone buried behind a wall, right? But any other thoughts on this image? I think it's cool. I really like this card. But yeah, it's really good for true crime anyway. It could be just something that's so well buried, so well hidden, that it might not or the person might not necessarily be found or whatever. It's incredible what people do. Jesus. Right, let's fly on to the next one. This one is a vampire hanging upside down, deep put in a cave. Hiding the evidence, yeah. Evidence that's well buried, I suppose, yeah. So what about this one? Now this is, like I said, a vampire hanging upside down. His wings wrapped around himself, protecting himself. So I suppose this is someone who went underground to hide from law enforcement, protecting his home from intruders. Ooh, yes. The killer strikes at night. Love it. It's a beautiful image, but not like just look at it up this way just to, here we go, look. Shielding oneself with a perception. Ooh. How cool looking does he look? I think he's cool. Is that the Hanged Man? It is. Killer gone into hiding. Yes. And there's all them, what are they called? Stalactites? Stalactites. Christina, like that. Yeah. Yeah. Lost Boy vibes. Ooh. I'm going to have to go through these later, lads, like I said last night, and actually just jot down all the different thoughts and make up a little PDF, because we got a beautiful cheat sheet from Alicia in the true crime course last week. But obviously I can't make that available to everyone because it was part of the course that we paid for. Creepy, but I love it. Yeah, me too. See, I'm into all things vampires. You know that I've said that last night, and I said that before anyway. But I just think these cards are beautiful. Now, this is the most beautiful death card. You know me, I like my Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. This isn't a Rider-Waite-Smith image. But I think if I was going to be taken by death, I would want it to be her. How fucking cool is she? She's a babe. Look at this massive scythe she has. But she is just so cool. So tell me, what do you think? Now, it could be that someone was slinging with a machete or with a scythe or whatever. Fierce, yeah, it is. I'm definitely wanting it. I hope it finds me soon. Very powerful death card. Maybe someone that died by someone very, very evil. Very dangerous. Someone that didn't have a hope of survival. And this card comes up. I think it's gorgeous. Very haunting image, yeah. It absolutely is. Wait till you see the other one, actually. The one from the other deck is gorgeous too. She is pissed someone harmed her loved one. Ooh, I like that. Revenge. I'm just going to take a drink of my water. Revenge. I love that. Yeah, thanks, Flowing. That's what I'm feeling, Flowing. Cool. Now, look at this beauty. So, remember the character from the Fool card whereby the vampire was trying to seduce her? Hey, JR. Trying to seduce her with the rose, right? So this is where she has decided to go along with joining him and becoming a vampire and living happily ever after with him. So she's made the decision. A banshee vampire only wants revenge, lol. I love this image. He's trying to bring her back to life. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. A male attacker killer. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So he's bitten her, and the next part of the process will be if she wants to live, she'll have to drink his blood, but it means she'll then be turned into a vampire. And they'll live happily ever after. There's a story going through this major arcana. I'm not reading JR The heading is there. Look, we're just discussing the cards in relation to true crime. They do. True. Yeah, it's a very intense death card, isn't it? So there we go. So let's look at now. This is a very different image as well. This is Temperance. And here it's Raven, who is the main character, and she's sitting at the bar talking to the barmaid. Now, this could quite simply be two women. I just noticed those nails, Jackie. Wow, thanks. I decided not to paint them for a change, and I just stuck on nails. So yeah, they're just a kind of a beige color with these nice sparkly red tips. Um, so yeah, this could be just simply two women who sat and made plans together. She's being seduced by the barmaid. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what Sacha Graham intended by this imagery. Yeah. It's nice to actually look at the cards and not think about the actual meaning of the cards, but more so just, reading the image, because they are so different. I just have to move my laptop a small bit, because they are so different to the or some of them are, at least. Beware of getting a roofied drink. Ooh, of course. Yeah. Drugs using alcohol. Absolutely. The one behind the bar is holding a bottle of wine. Or her hit list for the drugged drink mixes, maybe. Yeah. Love it. So let's fly on to the next one. Now, this is quite different as well, but it's beautiful. So here we have, I presume she's a vampire. She's pouring a bottle of blood and what looks like a jug of, I'm glad, flowing. Um, we have, she's pouring the poison chalice, this one. Ooh. She's pouring blood and she's pouring water into this big, beautiful vase. We have lilies here. Now, lilies are kind of, the white kind of peace and purity and all the rest of it, but one does not get that sense from this image. Meth dealer creator. Ooh. See, that's the thing actually. Now, of course, I'm not showing you the regular Rider-Waite-Smith images, but the regular Temperance card, right? When I say regular, I mean Rider-Waite-Smith. I pulled that before in relation to the Madeleine Mack case, and it was known from the very beginning that the parents, there's only one way of putting it, drugged their children. Now, not horrifically illegal drugs or anything, but they did give them medicine to put them to sleep. Well, keep them asleep, I suppose, so they could leave them alone, home alone, while they went out and got drunk and whatnot. So, like, it wasn't the first time they did it the night she went missing. Um, but it was so when I pulled the Temperance card in relation to that case, then I immediately thought that they mixed drugs, because the general consensus in relation to Madeleine Mack is that someone maybe mixed drugs and it was had a deadly effect on her, let's say, Um, so yeah, and here we are again as well, mixing two things. So this could be someone being drugged, someone being given an overdose or taking an overdose. More parents do that than we realize. It's awful. Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Yes, they did Benadryl, I think. Was it Benadryl? Okay. You see, There was stories that it was Calpol. I mean, sweet Jesus Christ, like Calpol wouldn't do that much damage, but absolutely, it was definitely something stronger. But like I said, when I pulled the card, I just felt like that they mixed different drugs, and that it just had a obviously deadly effect. I think it's disgusting doing things like that. Imagine to do that to your own kids. But then there was all sorts of theories too as to why they thought they were doing that in the first place. But anyway, we won't go into it. So that's Temperance. Now let's go on to the Devil. This is a really cool Devil card. So this is Raven herself. Now these two are actually, Heather might remember. One is, she's a page of something, and I think he's a knight from the deck. Possibly what happened to Sebastian Rogers. Some think his mom did something with his meds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think, but not sure. Little ones go under so fast. Horrible. No, you're grand. Half the time I don't even remember to say allegedly YouTube or, entertainment only YouTube and all the rest of it, and sure I've had nothing taken down. I don't stress about it. She's chasing them out. Ooh, yeah. I mean, this could be someone who was under the control of someone else as well, much like the Chariot card in the other deck, I should say. But someone with serious addictions, someone who was chained to someone else, not necessarily literally, but could be someone, of course, that's tied up somewhere, been forced to do things that they don't want to do, that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely, Patsy. So that's that one. So let's look at the next one. This is pretty gruesome and cool as well. Thanks, GR. So there's this big, what looks like a cauldron with, I don't know, is it flames or what in the background, but we have this devil-like creature with blood. Oh, look at the big, long, creepy hands and the massive nails and all the blood dripping down his arms, which is feeding these two. So that's the vampire and the one he's turned. So yeah, this is gruesome. I love it. See, if that was like if someone was in front of me now bleeding like this, I'd be passed out on the floor next to him and I'd be taken away in the ambulance too. But because it's not real, it doesn't bother me. This is pretty dramatic. I love it. This is what you call possession. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Hope the truth about what happened to Sebastian is found out soon. Do you know there's a lot of these cases where you just think it's never going to happen. Like Madeleine Mack, like Jean Bonnet. It's just like we'll never know unless someone now on their deathbed admits to what they did. It's hard to see justice ever being done for these poor children. I don't know. So let's fly on to the next one. So we have the Tower. So here's Raven again. And there is random beings. Actually doesn't even look like a human. I don't know what it is. One day the truth will come out. Summer Wells, yeah, God love us. So many all over the world. The floor of, yeah. There's one card from the Tower of the Vampires. It's the Four of Cups, so it'll be probably not tomorrow night, the next night before I get to it. But it was interesting what thought came to my mind when I pulled the Four of Cups in relation to the Floor of Four Girls. It's quite distressing, really. But anyway, we'll get to it. So, any thoughts on this tower? I mean, it is a very Rider-Waite-Smith based tower anyway, but I suppose this is someone who did she cause the explosion? She absolutely could have. She could also be blocking her ears and covering her face and not wanting to block out what's going on around her. Yes, JonBenet Ramsey, I believe it will be sooner rather than later. Just a feeling. Ooh, yeah, Heather, that was amazing. That card when it came out and what I thought. Way she's holding her head looks like something of force hit the back of her head. Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, with all the stuff that's coming off the building, could be caught in a fire or her world falling down. Yeah, but yeah, my first thought was that she's just trying to cover her head and try not to see or hear or try not to acknowledge what's going on around her. Oh my God, yes, Patsy, great catch. Yeah, I love this. The fact that everyone is coming up with different ideas. I'm definitely going to have to go watch these back and make notes and make up a nice I like making up PDFs, lads, cheat sheet PDFs. So I'll have to make up my own cheat sheet PDFs for true crime for these decks. Don't worry, I will obviously let you know when I have them done and email them out to anyone who wants them. Good, Heather. I'm glad you like it too. So that's that one, right? So now this one's really cool. Now this did come up in a reading recently, and I'm trying for the life of me to think what it was. But anyway, so here's the tower card from this. Oh, I think it was about because this is obviously a house belonged to a vampire. Because here's all these people with uh flaming wands coming to burn the house down. So it's about like someone being vilified. She's trying to kill the Quilty. That's the other one. Um. So yeah, this is like we're a whole group of people. Yes, right, or a gang. Oh, cool, yeah. Um, all these people coming to vilify, you know, guilty. Okay, I'm with you. Jesus, I don't know how I didn't figure that out, lads. Vigilante was my first thought, and arson. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think this is a cool tower, or even burning the evidence. Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Isn't it a great tower? I really like it. I love vampire stuff. Like this is just so cool. Autocorrect is a pain in the arse. So that's that one, lads. So we only have a few left. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So this star card, now, obviously, right, the star is about hope, it's about healing, all those kind of things. But this came up in a reading. Now I can't remember who it was. And again, it doesn't matter anyway, but I saw this as the victim begging for mercy because is she in the water? It looks like she's in water, yeah. But like this could be someone down on their knees begging for mercy, you know? So that's what I got when I saw this star card in relation to a true crime reading that we did one time. You're all on a roll, lads. I'm loving all the different this is what this is why I literally got a notion to do this live about an hour before I did it last night. So I had no plans done or anything, but I just had the cards in order ready to go. And I was mad to just get everyone's wishing and hope. Yeah. Um, yeah, of course, yeah, this could be just someone praying for some little spark of inspiration to come in relation to, finding the missing person or finding the criminal who did whatever. She's praying and wishing for peaceful resolution. Love it. Yeah, so that's that one. Now this one's quite different. So this is a vampire kind of floating in the air. Um, Now there was some, I can't think of the word that came to me when I first pulled this card in relation to some true crime reading. Um, I suppose it could be or if paranormal, a UFO. Yeah. Um, this is, I think, was it something like finding the hope to rise, escaping the burning tower? Um, this is someone who's like floating on air, kind of a thing, or someone who thinks they're above someone else, right? Because she's way up in the sky. Um, there was some other phrase that came to mind one time when I looked at this card, but it's not coming back to me. But anyway, now of course it's the star card, so it can be people who were in the limelight. It could be that it's someone, well known. I love that color blue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do too. It's really cool. And it's very vibrant. I mean, it doesn't even look as vibrant on screen, obviously, as it is in real life, So it is. It's a very there. This deck, I love it. Very powerful images. So, any other thoughts on this one before I go on to what are we on to the moon? I'm going to show you the next one. So we're on to the moon. Now this is Raven about to leave the or she's probably not leaving. No, she's going in because there's the haunted house on the hill. So she's entering the the premises of the haunted house, and here we have it's usually a dog and a wolf, but here we have two dogs. So, any thoughts on this? I mean, I suppose because it's dark. Hey, Leah, because it's dark, she didn't know what she was getting herself into. Now, even though there was a big full blue moon, obviously shining down on her, but or full blue moon, full moon. Oh my God. She wants to understand the mystery of the house. Ooh, yeah. It could be that the crime took place or the missing person is at somewhere that's protected by guard dogs. It could be that you need to go towards a mansion, maybe a crime taking place at night, yeah. Some big rich premises with massive gates and pillars and guard dogs and cadaver dogs. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Hope you're well, Leah. Something deep inside of her is calling her there. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This could be, yeah, of course, it's a card of intuition anyway, the moon, yeah. So it could be just listen to your intuition and go where you're drawn. She's looking for the truth. The dogs are protectors, teammates. Yes, I like that. That's very deep, Hershey. I do like that, yeah. Now, this one is cool. So this is like a siren in the water, right? Because she looks like this beautiful lady above the water, but underneath, she's this old hag. Look at this big, disgusting kind of a witch's arm and claws and everything under the water. So it's like not everything is, it's about not judging a book by its cover and that kind of thing. Not everything is as you see on the outside, Yeah. I presume you're referring to this card, Hershey. I mean, this is just the coolest card. I really like it. Lured into the water. Yeah. It's fabulous, isn't it? Wish I had the cards to look at. Yeah, it's so different when you have them in your hand and you can kind of really look at the details, Because I remember when I was looking at deck reviews of this, and they were talking about how it's so different under the water, and I'm sure you couldn't really see it properly on screen. The evil Cern, yeah, luring people into the trap. Absolutely. She's transforming. Ooh. False identity showing true self. Yeah. You can feel the freedom in that card. It's a cool image, right? Lady of the Lake, Dark Side. I I know I keep saying it, but I love this deck. So we have the Sun card. So we're down to the last, 3 cards? The Sun card from the Tower of the Haunted House. So this is the beautiful raven and the sun's coming up. This is probably after she's run away from it the next morning, petrified. And she's carrying a bunch of the, what are they called? Sunflowers. So it's like she's seeing the light. The light is going to be cast on the truth. Case is going to be solved soon, yeah. It could be that they just have to focus on the positive and believe that it will be solved. I'm feeling a strong connection with the vampire deck over the other. Yeah. I love this one, the Tower of the Haunted House, but yeah, the vampire deck is amazing. Something comes to light, yeah. She finally found what she was looking for. I love it. She's safe now. Yes, of course. Yeah. This is going to be some big cheat sheet, lads. I love both too, Patsy. And this is the kind of deck where, because a lot of the images are so different to the Rider-Waite-Smith, I thought I'd never get it, But it's just, I was watching people who do true crime readings using it, and I was just fascinated. And even the imagery, like, it's not, I don't know, the imagery, some of it is very kind of, I don't know how to describe it, kind of cartoony or something. I didn't think I'd vibe with it at all, but I was seeing people use it, and I was like, damn it, I want it. Someone will provide information to help solve the case, maybe a woman. Yes. Yes. And something which I said yesterday, and Heather knows how this makes sense anyway, like it was the magician card yesterday. I said, to me, really looked like what a fellow who's missing from since the 80s here in Cork. When I had a picture of the missing guy and a picture of the magician card, I thought the magician, because the magician was an older man in this deck. And when I put them side by side, I thought, oh, if he was alive today, this is quite possibly what he could look like. So, I mean, the image could, hey, Rain, the image could look like someone who was involved, you know. So yeah, that's that Sun card. Now look at this one. This is very different. This is cool. So, like, here's the innocent, or here's the human being thrown out the window. But of course, because he's the vampire's putting his arm out the window, where they can't be in the light. So, like, he's kind of being seen for what he really is in the Sun card. I hope you're well, Rain. I'm loving the old photographs and videos of the puppies. They're just gorgeous. Delighted they're all getting along. Rain has the most beautiful dogs, lads. They're honey, I love it. True killer exposed, yeah. The light even here is very powerful. And you could see, look, the flames coming off him actually as he's in the sunlight. Trying to kill the guilty. True killer exposed, yeah. It could be about something being shattered, with all this shattered glass all over the place. That's all right, Rain. You need to mind yourself, girl. Disposing of the evidence. Ooh. My boy child is outside the door making noise with his friends. Hooligans. No, JR. We didn't do anything on Jamine. Heather had said from the start that we kind of wanted to focus on cases that weren't, big news all over the world, that we wanted to kind of give smaller cases a voice. Do you know what I mean? Are you ready, Heather? I just reserved £400 of tomatoes for September. Jesus. You mad woman. You'll be needing all that by winter anyway. At the rate things are going. So, judgment card. Now, this judgment card is very different. This is Raven, and these are all zombies in the background, and she's rescuing this little girl. So, what do we think of this judgment card? So, it could be that someone saved someone who has been kidnapped by the baddies or whatever. I love a zombie. A missing child or person has been found, yeah. Saved from the bad guys. We have a graveyard here too, so obviously that could she's in a graveyard, so that could add extra meaning to it. It could be that a person is in a graveyard or near a church, or it could be quite simply buried in with someone else's grave. Any other thoughts on this one? And what do we have left? 2. It is, isn't it? Yeah. So that's that one. And we have Judgment from Tarot of the Vampires. So, good enough, let's see who's who. So this is the one, I think, who has been coming to visit the lost child and finding peace. Oh, that was the other card. Judgment, yes. Here we have, so this is the guy from the devil card. This is the devil. Here we have the girl from, I can't think of her name. I think she has a name as well in this deck, doesn't she? This is the young innocent girl from the Fool card who was being lured by the or been seduced by the vampire. She's being eaten alive. Ew. Oh, she has a wooden stake here to kill the vampire. The truth is in the light. Yes, like that. We have these other 2 vampires in the background ready to fight with her. I must get out this book and read. I didn't read all of what. I didn't see that. My darn eyes, lol. I came in late, Jackie. What are you asking for the cards? No. What I'm doing, Rain, is I'm going through the Tarot of the Haunted House and the Tarot of the Vampires, and we're just looking at the cards and saying what we're getting from them in relation to true crime readings. Do you know? There's a lot going on in that card. There absolutely is. Yeah. Yeah, it often happens that I look at a card and I see something that I haven't seen before. Yeah, so here's a wooden stake, look. So she's staking the devil here. So it's like taking down the true, or the crime boss kind of a thing. because they've all remember they've all been taken in by him, and she's now getting rid of him. Maybe she is bringing the dead alive. Yeah. So that's that one, and then we're on to the last card. So here we have the world. Now, very different world card. This is taking down a trafficking ring or cartel. Yes, yeah. So this is Raven. This is when she's been through the house. I'm sure I will definitely be in love with them when I get them in my hands. They're stunning. They really are. Yeah. And even though they're kind of, a little bit gory and obviously vampire based and whatnot, they can still be read for a regular everyday reading. The scissors card. Of course. That's true. Someone who shall remain nameless thought this was a scissors, but it's a key. It's a giant key. See? So this is the key to the house. So after being through the house and coming across all the ghosts and ghoulies and zombies and whatnot, Raven is handed the keys to the mansion. And there's all the up in the back we have all the staff waiting at the top of the stairs. So she's welcoming you now into the haunted house. Looks like Raven is waiting for her date. Yeah, absolutely. Bye, Leah. Thanks for coming. So yeah, this could be someone. I suppose you actually, yeah, you could read this as like, say, someone who committed a crime to kind of inherit the house or inherit the fortune, that kind of thing. A woman holds the key to the case. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Does she? I was wondering. I was going to ask you a while ago. So yes, this is Raven. Did she look? Did she look? She got love her. What did I miss? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that. A woman holds the key to the case, not the scissors to the case. But you see, because Heather thought it was the scissors, it could come up in a case sometime, and it could be that a scissors was used. Do you know what I mean? So, on our last one, lads, and I'm going to wrap it up and we'll start on the minors tomorrow. She found evidence that cracks open the mystery, the missing link. I love it. And this one, so this again, now think of the girl in this deck who was seduced at the beginning by the I thought that Heather was she who remained nameless. Sure, look, they figured it out. I said I might as well say it. It's not the end of the world, isn't that right, Heather? It was funny. It was funny. We had a good laugh about it. So this is the girl that was seduced by the vampire at the start, and she is now holding what are they called? The white flower, the lily in one hand, and she has the rose in the other hand. Thanks, girls. Just throw me under the bus. Sorry. Listen, you're the one who put the comment. Oh yeah, the one with the scissors. So I think people figured it out. So this is the absolutely right. So this is the person feeling like they're standing on top of the world, floating on air. Someone who thinks they've gotten away with a crime, that kind of thing. That's what will come to mind for me anyway. So any other thoughts from anyone on this last of our cards from the Major Arcana? And tomorrow night now, lads, like I said, in case anyone who came in later didn't hear, I'll try to fly through 2 suits tomorrow and then 2 suits the following night. I have live scheduled anyway for the next 2 nights. She looks secure. She does. She does. Yeah. I think this is someone now, like I said, who thinks she's standing on top of the world, gotten away with the crime, not a care in the world. You're very welcome, Heather. Heather Hershey. Thanks for being here. Can't wait till you have this deck now as well. Covered her bases, yes. Confidence, yes. Yeah. As I'm going to have a lot of work putting these cheat sheets together. But I'm going to do it because I love my true crime, so it's nice to have cheat sheets. Love cheat sheets. Somebody is sitting on evidence, possibly locked away somewhere in the police department, lost in the shuffle, etc. Yes. Thanks, Jackie and everyone. You're very welcome, Flowing. Sorry, I'm just going to have to keep calling it Flowing anyway because I'm used to it. Makes me think of a tombstone statue too, where the body could be buried. Ooh. Yes. There's the big city and bright lights around her, which is interesting. So lads, that's the last one. So we shall wrap it up there now because we are on to a minute and 5 or an hour and 6 minutes, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for all the thoughts on all the different cards. I will get to making up a table format cheat sheet with all these lovely bits of information. Love thinking outside the box. Yeah, it is good fun. And I just thought it was better to cut it down to the 2 decks because everyone knows the regular Rider-Waite-Smith, and you can all anyway. I mean, you can still go and sit down and look at your majors from an RWS deck and come up with your own thoughts anyway, as well. So I just thought I'd break it down to the 2 decks now for the sake of getting through it a bit quicker because we would have been here for the week. So thanks everyone for being here. Thanks again, Jackie. Really enjoyed it again. We'll see you tomorrow. Good stuff. Delighted, Patsy. Delighted you have your deck. Have a good old look through it now tonight. I'm going to go through in the order of wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll get through the wands and the swords. So have an old look through them now, Patsy, for yourself before the live tomorrow night. Frank, you can do it tomorrow too when you get yours. And come up with loads of ideas for me. So thanks a million, guys. I shall talk to you tomorrow. Bye. This end Streamlabs takes forever. There we go.